Brad, it's Jeff here. Happy New Year. Thank you for that awesome accountability webinar. Just got off of that. Been super pumped working on some goals lately. You'll have to forgive my voice. I lost it. I don't know if it's being out in the cold or whatever, but anyways, I didn't want to put this off, so hopefully I'll just drink some water as I go along. But just want to run a couple things by you. Number one, I don't know if you remember, but I want to know I am out in Colorado from now until the 10th. I can't remember. I think that you said you and Emma were leaving on like the 8th or the 9th. But let me know if you guys want to grab a bite during any of the time that I'm here. Not a big deal with that. I know you guys are busy getting ready to travel. I just want to let you know I'm out here. Other thing is that, everything regarding the recent projects. I know even a couple came in today, but everything is caught up. Everything is good to go, running smoothly. Blue, we got rolling starting on the 11th. We'll have to talk a little bit later about the copy laws for Amazon. I'm not sure how that's going to affect everything moving forward, but that can be a conversation for another time. Just looking down the list here, everything is good to go. The third thing, I want to give you a personal update and run an idea by you. As I'm redoing some goals here, as you know, I've been up in San Francisco, staying pretty busy up there, and I mentioned to you in New York that I was going to be working on a kind of group building project, and it was interesting. It was definitely cool. I knew not to put all my eggs in that basket. But it was just an opportunity I couldn't pass up. Well, the thing is that's probably not going to happen, and I knew it may not. So I'm just doing some reassessing here. And while I was waiting for that opportunity, grabbed actually 2 jobs up here. I was working about 6 days, and spread my time and consciousness a little bit thin, but it was necessary at the time. It was definitely not the right longer term direction. So that said, I noticed something recently in your business where I think I could help make life a little bit simpler and give you more time and peace of mind as you kind of step back from that. I think the last time that we talked, you expressed 2 things to me. This was after the Byron Survival Frog meeting. And one was that you're ramping up your onboarding process. You're doing about 2 clients a month, trying to go to 2 clients a week. And the other thing is that you're trying to step away from the system you built so it can start kind of running on its own with minimal intervention from you. And I think that's awesome. So there's one issue that I noticed that you may need help with there. I believe that something I noticed, I think that you need a point man or like a liaison to filter communication to your clients. These people are paying a lot of money, obviously. But not to be managers, that they obviously are paying so that us on our end we can produce results. And so I realized that some clients might want to be involved in the process a bit, maybe get down and dirty with us, help steer the direction of the ship. But something I noticed, a guy like, let's see, CT for Blueit, is really busy out hustling and being a brand ambassador. And something I picked up on, I felt, is that he may not want have different updates from like 5 different people and a couple days a week. I think it may be a little bit overwhelming, and so I noticed this after being CC'd on a couple things. Like in the case of CT, I saw that you would send him a weekly video update. And then I had that one night a big list of marketing questions. So then I would send that to him, and then he would get an update from Rovi with what I thought maybe some like esoteric Amazon jargon, not high level, but unless you had some basic understanding of like the Amazon back end, it may be a little confusing. And I could see him reading an update like that and thinking, cool, just let me know when it's done. And then after that, I saw like Emma sent him another video update where you had done the one the week before. And the reason I bring this up is I say that that may have the effect of like feeling like inundation, like a lot of different things are coming from a lot of different people. And so that's why I say maybe having a point man or one point of communication for a client would make things simpler for them. If with too many things going on, especially somebody that's super busy, it may even end up losing a client. So I was thinking that I may be able to be that kind of role and ensure that, instead of 5 different people emailing the same person, you would have one person that's maybe on 5 different platforms that the client can choose to communicate on. For instance, if one client likes to write messages on Facebook or Skype, or maybe Asana, no problem. You have somebody to adapt to that and basically speak on the playing field that they like speaking on, if that makes sense. So I can be somebody who adapts and makes their life, so easy that they forget what it's like to not have, us on board, walking them through everything. Maybe a guy like Blase, I think is the way you say that, might prefer, instead of emailing or Skyping or GoTo or whatever, he wanted his, what we do to have his point man be in a Shirley Box group. So then instead of email, he's always in Shirley Box, and all it is a few easy clicks away from sending a message, and it's something that he's familiar with. Kind of like when you do your video updates and you have the client's product page as the screen background for the recording, it's immediate familiarity. And so hopefully that makes sense. But having the whole gist of that idea is having one person on the preferred medium of communication that the client likes to be on, just to make their life very simple. And that's what they're paying for anyways, is making their life simple. So with that, I wanted to run by you a couple of reasons that you may want to implement something like that and have that type of role, particularly for me to play that type of role. Let's see what I got here. So 12 reasons why I can boost your business as a client liaison, with, of course, supporting evidence. For having that kind of role, if you implemented that and allowed me to play that role, you basically, let's see here, you're getting someone who is committed and dedicated. This means a couple examples of that. The Denver Mastermind, when we first got together, we drove from California to Colorado for the Mastermind. Reading into that, when I want results, I take action. New York. We flew out to New York, and that conference, I feel like I absolutely gave my all there. Thailand, as it relates to the DC. We went out there, and to be honest with you, you were talking tonight about being more of an introvert, even though you have a lot of social aspects of the business. I feel like I'm kind of half and half that way too, and going out to Thailand and going to meet people I didn't know, of a group that I wasn't even a part of by myself. It was kind of, to be honest, I was nervous doing that, walking into those after parties. Nobody knew me, and so anyways, it felt the fear, and I did it anyways. Related to commitment and dedication. Another thing is the truck and the San Francisco project. I mean, you know more about that part than some other people do. I don't go around sharing that information always. But, I built an entire truck and moved up to San Francisco on the possibility that I'd be able to be part of something awesome. Knowing full well that I wouldn't be able to place, all my eggs in that basket. But basically, kind of the same thing that Emma told you when she was coming on board with you, is that nobody's doing what I do. I go to great lengths, went to great lengths to be part of that project because it was a cool opportunity that I just couldn't pass up. But imagine if I can take that kind of dedication and bring that into your business. Another thing, next one, there we go. Next one is that kind of dedication, willingness to take risk, and a bias toward action is valuable. That's somebody that you want on your team. Next, you're getting somebody who's persistent, somebody who will not give up. I think a couple examples of this. One, you have to have somebody with a make-it-happen attitude. And I hope that in our short track record together, I've definitely proved that type of attitude. Just do what it takes. The other thing is Amazon ungating. I mean, that's probably the best example I'd come up with. But man, that took a long time. But whatever happens, it doesn't matter. I work at it till I get it done. And that's something I would like to bring to this role should you choose to implement this. Next, the ability to strengthen and expand your community. I remember you saying that one of the big goals for you when first starting out was to build a community. And yes, not only I'll be able to help you maintain that community and grow even stronger relationships within the community that already exists, that you've already built. But as I hopefully showed in New York, I work hard to form genuine relationships with people, and I will bring that into the business. Meaning I'll be able to not only maintain but expand upon your current community and continue the work that you've done. And keeping up those relationships takes work, a lot of work. Let's check the community, grow into more. It takes a lot of work. And the thing is, not only am I willing to put in the work, but I like doing it. It's like a practice field for the game of life, you know. It's is building and maintaining that community that you built. So I think that's definitely a strength that will be brought to the table. Experienced manager. And in college, stepped up to the plate. I was 22 and became the general manager of a restaurant in Beverly Hills. And that's just that's not my only. There are a lot of examples, but that's just one I'm more particularly proud of. But the thing is, in all these leadership positions, I learned several different things. Providing structure is huge. I mean, all the docs that you have, the systems that you've built that kind of run on their own now, that structure is what I learned to provide in those leadership positions, and that's crucial. Tactfully handling clients is pretty self-explanatory, but so critical. And especially my time in the service industry. Running a team, in that position up there, I've had several teams, but in that position, I was managing 20, 25 people. And that's a lot of people to manage, but it was a fun time and definitely a good skill to learn. I hired and fired people. It's sometimes fun, sometimes not. You know, it depends on what end of the spectrum you're on. But again, an absolutely critical and valuable skill to have. At one time, I had 4 VAs. So running a remote team is something that I know about. This was actually at LS in the position I was working at, internet marketing with Nick. So let's see. Team player. Basically, I get along with you and Emma. I get along with Rovi and clients. I know how to integrate and to be part of a team and to work well with people towards a desired outcome. And new prospects as well, people that are incoming. And so I don't know how familiar you are with Napoleon Hill, but he talks about in the 16 lessons, 16 laws of success, that working together in a mastermind, working in harmony, blending of the minds, I guess you could say, is so critical in achieving that harmony and being able to work towards that desired outcome, that one dedicated goal. You can't do it with dissonance in the group. So I feel that bringing harmony to the group and integrating well is also a strength that I have. I can make your clients' lives better. This is what you're doing now with your business, and in fact, what every single person in the world in business is doing. Businesses are built to make lives better. I don't care if you are Bezos, Walton, or Ford, or if you're in the healthcare industry, transportation, entertainment. Businesses are built to make life better for whoever the end user is. So in this case, with if you want to implement this position, life becomes better for both you and your clients. For clients, they only have to deal with one person, like I talked about earlier. I'm taking an amazingly effective service, the system that you built, and making it simpler for them to use. You could call it, upgrading the user interface, I guess. And it's so important to carefully select the one person who the clients are dealing with. Like when you were a flight attendant, when things went wrong, people didn't ring up the CEO and take their frustrations out on them. The customers took it out on you. Such is the burden of a public-facing position. And it's in those moments, every moment really, but especially those moments of client frustration, that you have the chance to make the organization look awesome. And you can gain such loyalty in those types of situations. If you have the right people in place who can skillfully and tactfully handle the client's concerns. I can relate to that. I spent 10 years in the service industry. Sometimes you need to lend an empathetic ear, sometimes pacify them a bit, but at all times it's just about finding a solution, like I talked about earlier, just making it happen. And I hope I've proved to you again in our short track record that when a solution needs to be found, I will find one. And of course, making your life better. This is, on the other hand, it makes clients' life better, but what I'm offering will make your life easier and thus better. So you know even much better than I what happens when you make the right hire. There's less stress knowing that the person you have in place is a make it happen type of person. And also, I think it will be much easier updates for you. Updates for you, and you can be as involved as you want, as much or as little as you want. I'll be able to give you a comprehensive update at any time. I'm the air traffic controller of information in this role. So when you say, hey, Jeff, what's going on with X, Y, and Z, I can immediately have an answer for you, giving you more time to focus on your bigger picture goals. Again, much easier updates. A little out of order there. Number 8, trustworthy. I think I've proved that. You send me cash for projects. I send receipts. I kind of control that for the group. Log in information for all your clients' accounts as well as your own. I think that I've shown that I can handle sensitive information responsibly. So, number 9, communication skills. I think both in person and virtually, which is crucial. You can't have just one or the other. Working with people, I've been working with people for email for years. I mean, it really, you learn to read personalities and attitudes, knowing how to read people based on what they write, so I can tell if a client is happy or busy or excited or annoyed, and then use a little bit of social intuition to treat them in a way that makes them feel good, and that they're being well taken care of. Knowing how to communicate effectively and concisely in writing. Critical for self-explanatory reasons. And you can't teach this stuff, how to tactfully deal with people, or at least you can't teach it overnight. And I have that part from years of dedicated practice and experience. The last one, it's low risk. All I want is a shot. Try it out. See what makes sense. It's show that I can back up all of these things that I'm saying. And a bonus, I have all the essentials. Now that I have solid equipment, fast internet, plenty of power sources, and all 10 fingers are doing all right. So this last one would be the magic piece in tying all of this together is the fact that I want it. I feel that you can't teach hunger. So finding somebody who has it is such a cool find. You ran into a gold mine. So, anyways, just wanted to run this by you. Let me know what you think about it. I know you're busy, but if you want to jump on a call after you guys travel, let me know what you think. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts on all this.